Welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast, dedicated to unraveling the complexities of trauma, its pervasive impact, and the journey towards holistic recovery and realignment. If your radiance has ever felt muted, like I and thousands of others, you're in the right place to reignite your inner light. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast. Some wounds are not created by strangers. Some wounds are inherited. Some wounds are passed down through behaviors, silence, secrets, and pain that no one ever talked about. Generational trauma is real. And until you recognize it, you will repeat it. Welcome back to the Get Trauma Informed podcast. I'm your host, peer-to-peer wellness coach Liz Blanding. Today, I want to take you into one of the most foundational pieces of trauma recovery. This is not about partners or friendships. This is about family, the family you were born into, the family that shaped your identity, your beliefs, and your views of love long before you even understood what love meant. See, I grew up in a family marked by dysfunction. Alcoholism was present. Emotional abandonment was present. Unhealthy communication was present. People who loved me also hurt me with their words. They mocked me for my weight. They minimized my emotions. They made me feel like my worth depended on my performance. But here is the painful truth. They were only repeating what had been done to them. My mother was traumatized before she became my mother. My family members were wounded before they became caregivers. They carried their own unprocessed pain, and I inherited the emotional consequences. As a child, I didn't have the language to say, "This hurts." I needed safety. I need comfort. I need love that does not confuse me. So instead, I learned to shrink when I should have spoken, to stay quiet when I should have cried out, to take care of adults emotionally when they should have been taking care of me, to feel responsible for others and their choices, to hide the parts of me that felt too big, too emotional, too sensitive. I began to believe the unspoken messages. Your feelings are too much. You are too sensitive. You are not enough. Love must be earned. Pain is normal. This was the foundation of my emotional world. And without realizing it, I carried these beliefs into every relationship I entered into as an adult. You see, generational trauma is the passing down of pain, fear, coping mechanisms, and emotional patterns from one generation to the next. It is not always intentional. Most of the time, it is unconscious. People cannot give what they never received. So here are some signs of generational trauma. Number one, emotional avoidance. Family members who shut down rather than talk. Number two, unpredictable behavior, mood swings, instability, and explosive anger. Number three, parentification. Children taking on adult emotional roles. Number four, normalizing dysfunction, accepting harmful behavior as just the way that it is. Number five, identity shaping through shame, criticism, belittling, and emotional neglect. Number six, repeating the same relationships, choosing partners who feel familiar rather than safe. And number seven, silence around trauma, pain passed down through what is not said. This kind of trauma can shape your boundaries, your self-worth, your emotional regulation, your trust, your nervous system, your expectations of love, your ability to receive healthy connections. And the most heartbreaking part of this is that you begin to repeat the very patterns that hurt you, even when you don't want to. Looking back through the eyes of the trauma-informed girl, I now understand that my family's behavior was not a reflection of my worth. It was a reflection of their wounds. I learned that healing does not mean blaming them. It means understanding them. It means breaking the cycles with compassion, not resentment. It means choosing a new direction for the next generation. Recovery taught me I can honor my family and still acknowledge the harm. I can love them and still create boundaries. I can see their pain and still protect my peace. See, generational trauma stops when one person decides the cycle stops with them. And I decided I would be that person. So, as we talk about the bottleneck breakthrough, this helps us to reclaim our flow. This is the step where you begin identifying generational patterns with clarity rather than shame. So, I want you to take a moment to journal and ask yourself, where did this pattern begin in my family? Who modeled this behavior for me? Was this belief mine or did I inherit it? Is this pattern helping me or harming me? What would my relationships look like without this pattern? See, awareness breaks the silence. Awareness stops the cycle. And awareness gives you the power to rewrite your inherited story. Our scripture and spiritual reflection today, God tells us that He visits the inequities of the father to the third and fourth generation. But it also tells us that His mercies extends to 1,000 generations. And guess what that means? That means generational trauma is real, but generational blessings are real as well. They're greater. You may not have been born into a pattern. You may have been born into a pattern, but you were not created to repeat it. God can redeem what you inherited. God can restore what was lost. God can rewrite the story that began before you were born. So, in our pathway to get trauma informed, if this episode helped you recognize generational patterns in your own story, I want to invite you to Level 1 Trauma Recovery course. Level 1 will help you understand where your patterns came from, break cycles with intention, rebuild your emotional foundation, heal the inner child who never felt seen, change the narrative for the next generation. You do not have to repeat the past. And Level 1 Trauma Recovery, it will help you reclaim your story and begin again. We are recovering one breath at a time. Give yourself grace and stay fearless. Bye for now. It's time to buckle up. No more suffering in silence. Our Power Pack journey to recovery and realignment starts now. Remember, you are collateral damage on someone else's warpath. Trauma is not your fault. Recovery, however, is your responsibility. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast.